Listen, let's go back to what Jason and Jamie were talking about last night after this latest injury, unfortunately for Ben Chilwell. There's Jamie saying, look, let's cancel these remaining fixtures ahead of this World Cup. Is that an idea you'd be in favour of, Gabby?
It's a difficult one because, like you said, 17 days to the first game, but playing this weekend and playing next weekend, some players might like that. You're going to be sharper. You know, you're going to have 8-9 days before.
Because there's no warm-up games.
Yeah,
international.
By the time you play your last game on the Saturday, I think it's the 12th maybe. You're gonna have maybe
there's the Sunday
13th.
as well.
You might have a week to 8 days to play to get ready for your next game, and you're still going to be sharp from that. You know what I mean, Ali? That game on the 12th or 13th. So it's tough because other players will be thinking, oh, I'd love that game to be cancelled. You know, I don't want to miss this World Cup because they're going to be devastated. Reece James, I'm sure he's probably sleeping at the Chelsea training ground, still trying to get himself, praying that he can get fit because this is what players dream of, Ali. Chilwell last night is probably thinking,
a nightmare for him, wasn't it?
I'm going to miss it now. He'll be a 6-7 weeks, Chilwell. I've done my hamstring like that where you can't walk on it. And it's a long one. It's a long one, Ali. Some hamstrings are 2-3 weeks, but still, then you're a bit of you got to take it easy before you come back in. He's got no chance to World Cup.
You think he's out?
No chance.
He's definitely out.
Because
I think the signs are there. You're right, but the way he walked off and things like that, it's a nightmare. I hope it scans wrong. Proves it's wrong.
Because it's too much of a risk, Ali, as well. If you're Southgate and you're going to take maybe 2 left backs, you can't take one that's coming back from a hamstring tear, because you take it easy when you come back from a hamstring. You've got to do your running, your sprinting.
Yeah, because you can't afford to break down yet.
He's going to have no game to try it out. And when you're getting helped off with a hamstring injury, it's a very, very big one.
Yeah,
it's a massive blow for Ben Chilwell then, because he was starting to get back into the Chelsea squad regularly and England. Although Gareth Southgate has preferred Luke Shaw as his first choice left back. So who else could come in if you're saying 2 left backs?
Dan
Burn for you.
Yeah,
Tyrick Mitchell from Palace.
Mitchell. But
anyone's saying Rico Henry, I'll still bring him in.
There's one or two options. I just think
Henry's done well, by the way.
He's done very well.
Yeah,
he has done well. Really, really well, and would certainly be another option.
Would he go out of someone that he's already put in the squad? Mitchell's already been in the squad, so I think he'll get in before Dan Burn.
I think you're right. I think he'll go with somebody he knows that he feels he can rely on. However, it just shows you build up to the tournament. For me, that's both England's starting fullbacks look as though they're out the tournament, which is a nightmare. I mean, it's obviously Reece James.
Yeah, exactly. And they're not the only country to be impacted by injuries. We were just hearing about Son Heung-min, who's having to undergo an eye operation now, which it looks as though he could miss the World Cup for South Korea as well. There's Jamie again talking about player welfare, and that hasn't been thought about going into this World Cup. Again, is that something you both would agree with?
I do agree to a certain degree, but they have to fit the games in somehow. You know, the games have to be played. After the World Cup, there's not a game, is there, on the 29th, is there? I'm sure they've lost a game between Boxing Day and the 1st of January.
There's...
I think there is. Again, they've took a game out. So I think they're trying their hardest to, give the players as much rest as possible. But it's difficult, isn't it, Ali? The games need to be played.
Of course you do. It's bordering on impossible, and it is impossible to wrap the players in cotton wool unless you close the league a week earlier, or 10 days earlier, or 2 games earlier, and make it a decision for everybody. Then you're going to have this problem. But I think you're absolutely spot on, Gabby. I think a lot of the boys like to play because there's not going to be any warm-up games, as Natalie correctly says. The boys have got to keep their levels of fitness up, and that's just as easy pulling up.
Training. People think the training's easy. Training is like a game, Ali. Let's not be fooled here. Training's
not
like,
haven't you?
Yeah, it's not like running around and doing little rondos and shooting practice. It's like full-on pressing, doing shape, playing like 40-minute practice games.
And some of these injuries can be picked up at the end of a season going into a summer World Cup. It's just bad luck and bad timing, unfortunately. I asked this question to Ali. I asked it to Mario Melchior a little bit earlier on. If you thought you were in the reckoning to be in the England World Cup squad, how would you be approaching these final few games? Would you be going all guns blazing? Would you be holding back a little?
It depends on if I was a guarantee. You see, if I was a guarantee like Harry Kane, like a Foden, like a Luke Shaw, maybe. The ones that are guaranteed, I'll be taking my foot off the gas a bit. If I was one that still maybe is touch and go, Tony, Wilson, this weekend, Ali, I'm taking free kicks. I'm taking penalties.
You're doing everything.
I'm doing everything.
I'm
running with the ball.
Yeah.
I'm doing everything. Throwing.
You're playing in every position.
Long throw-ins.
Yeah.
I'm doing everything to impress because he named his squad next Wednesday, is it?
Thursday.
Next Thursday. So there's one more game for most players.
Yeah.
So this weekend's crucial. I think Newcastle have Southampton away. Wouldn't surprise me if he scores a brace again, Callum Wilson, because you want to be fresh on the manager's mind. But players that are guaranteed to be in the squad, I feel like you would take your foot off the gas a bit. These players don't want to miss the World Cup. Some of them could be their last one. Jordan Henderson's, that are in their 30s. It could be their last World Cup.
Yeah. Unfortunately for Ivan Toney, he's suspended for this weekend. Yeah.
Send some clips over from training.
That's a sore point to me, Natalie. That's a sore point to me. I mean, I am a Callum Wilson fan, but I'm also an Ivan Toney fan. And I just don't think it's right that he wasn't given an opportunity to play in any of those Nation League games. I really don't.
Agree. It's a waste of his time. Waste of his time, waste of everyone's time.
There is as well, though. It's like, if you're in the World Cup, Ali, and you need a plan B, you need someone who's better in the air than Harry Kane and Callum Wilson. Ivan Toney's perfect, and he can do the other stuff. He's not just a header of the ball. He can do everything.
In the past, we've always seen with Gareth Southgate's squads that he's been defensive top heavy, and then it's sort of dwindled down to the forwards being, just one or two strikers in the team. Now this time around, he's got the opportunity to bring 26 players. Obviously, they've allowed squads to be bigger this time around. So would you then be bringing in more striking options?
I would definitely.
Yeah. How many strikers is enough, do you think?
I would take. If I had a choice, I would take 3 strikers. I would take Harry Kane, Callum Wilson, and I'll take Ivan Toney. That's what I'll take.
Just 3 though.
And have Rashford as a striker winger.
I see what you're saying.
Who can play as a striker as well. That'd give you 4.
Out and out centre forwards. I agree. It's a fair point. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think they have took that game out, haven't they? Between the 26th and
there's a Boxing Day, and then there might be New Year's Eve, New Year's Day.
Yeah, but there was one before that. Between the 26th and New Year's Day. There was another one, so you play 3 in that time. So they've helped out taking one away.
But makes sense too, because that would really cram a return for all these players.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.